Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said. What the fuck?
Upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches. What is going on, folks? Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. This is After Further Review, episode 249. I'm your co-host, John Brown.
I am your other co-host, Waylon Dennis.
I'm your other great co-host, Nestor.
I'm
And Roland. Go ahead, sir. You go ahead.
okay, it's all good. So
You are a guest. You go ahead, sir.
Hey, I'm just Kansas City #1 fan. Go Chiefs.
Well, isn't the #1 fan in prison right now?
Wow.
Oh, they let Diddy out.
Oh gosh.
With the haymaker.
Wow.
I mean, I was just... Anyway, rolling hot and heavy from the PNW. It is the one and the only, the soul killer, G Money.
Yes, that is him, the one and the only, of course. Shout out to G Smooth here, coming through for his second appearance on the show. Last time I think you were on 2 seasons ago. It was like 2 playoffs ago.
I think we're still in the studio, weren't we?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was pertaining to the NBA. I think more so than the NFL. I think it was.
Yeah, because it would have been like, I think it was like the AFC championship was going on at the time, so it was more NBA. But
So,
yeah,
ready for a good season.
Yes. We do always start off the show with a cheers. I put our shots right next to you, Nestor, if you want to just bring those over. Yeah, sorry, I left it over there. He said one at a time.
He drank all 3 of them.
Wow.
Are you drinking tequila, Jalen?
Oh, yes, of course we are.
I love tequila.
Oh, here we go.
Tequila's a crowd favorite.
No,
it's lime.
Cheers.
It's lime.
Yeah. I call it tequila. Tequila, not tequila.
Cheers, gentlemen, to a great
Cheers.
show.
Great show. Gotta make that sound. Okay.
Not if it's good tequila.
This is ASMR tequila.
Might be some dangerous.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay.
Good, Nestor?
Gotta put that plug in there.
Yeah, Nestor's the Dolphins fan. He's used to choking.
Well,
Let's start the show off friendly.
I love you, Nestor.
So, folks, if you are new, just tuning in, we have been predicting each division within the NFL week by week. So we are currently on the AFC West this week. So we only have 2 left. We have the West this week and the North next week. So it is every division we get through, we're just getting closer and closer to kickoff. So what we are going to do is just go through each team in the order that the division finished in last year. So starting with Kansas City, finishing with Vegas. And then we're just going to predict their record and then any key games that you want to mention or, an explanation behind why you gave them the record that you did. June is not here this week. He is on vacation, but he did give me his records. So I will just put them in as if he's here. He sent them to me privately because he didn't want to get ridiculed like he has in the past. So yes. So we'll start with G Money, and then we will let's start with G Smooth here, and then we'll go to G Money.
There we go. There we go.
G Smooth Chiefs.
Yeah,
what are they doing?
Chiefs shirt tonight, and I'm feeling good about the upcoming season. It's going to be a season of redemption because we want to just have amnesia from what happened, several months ago in the Super Bowl. We want to, get rid of that out of our minds. So it's going to be redemption year, redemption season for the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, I can see that they can still hit 13 wins this season. 4 losses, close ones, but 13-4 is my prediction for Kansas City. Now, I go down the list here, and I'm looking at the Broncos. Broncos, they always play us close, and that Bo Nix, he's special. I know that. Broncos, I'm putting them at 10-7.
Well, hold on. We're gonna hit each team
Okay.
individually. So right now, Chiefs wise, you said you have them at
13-4.
13-4.
Kansas City. That's going to be their record.
Do you have any particular reason as to, I have the schedule up here, as to why you think they're going to win 13 games? There's a lot of games to win.
Yeah.
Even for a team as good as the Chiefs.
Well, they're going to be playing with more urgency, I feel, this season. And, last year they squeaked by practically all of their games, But they were, had some key injuries. I know they missed, the top receiver, Rashee Rice. Obviously, he was making an impact, and he's a game breaker with his injury. But I think with him coming back, he'll be facing a suspension. But I still think they can keep it together until he gets back on the field. Left side of the O-line. That's been pretty much addressed. Protection, Mahomes, which he needs protection. We saw the breakdown in the Super Bowl. The whole world did, and so he's still fired up over that, which he rightfully should be fired up over that. And I'm just excited that we have a chance to prove to the league that we're still the big boys, in the NFL and especially the AFC. So I'm just going to say we can, squeeze out 13 wins. And, it may not be pretty, but we can get 13 wins with our kicker, and also with our offense with Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice. You have Worthy. He came up big with us. So, and I was going to say Taylor Swift, but it's actually Kelsey Swift. He's going to pretty much, be maybe a decoy type of role for us. I mean, he's on the downside of his career, so I don't expect for him to have giant numbers, but he's still going to be a threat in the middle, and that's kind of where I'm banking on, just that 13-4 to come from those aspects from the Chiefs this year.
Okay.
Sound pretty good, didn't it?
Yes. That was a great breakdown. All right, G Money. What are the Chiefs doing in your book?
Well, I'm not that far off from G Smooth there. It must be the G night. I got him 12-5.
12-5, okay.
I still have questions about their O-line, their receiving core, and the defense. I think is going to be better. I mean, they were shown up there a little bit there in the Super Bowl, something that I didn't expect. You look at the schedule, it's a tough one, but some of the tougher games they play at home. They play Baltimore at home. Mm-hmm. I've got them winning that. Same with Detroit. I have them winning that. Now, I have them going to Buffalo and losing, but who cares? They always lose to Buffalo in the regular season. It's like I swear to God, for the Chiefs, it's like we don't care. Just pull us out at halftime. Put the second string in. We'll kick their ass in the playoffs. We'll let them build their confidence up, and then we'll crush them in the playoffs. And other than that, I do have them losing at Denver because I think Denver's defense is legit. I'm still not impressed with Bo Nix. I saw him up here at Oregon. and he can be had. He can definitely be had. So yeah, 12-5. 12-5, winning the division and going into the playoffs, and we'll see what happens there. Obviously everything is based on the health of the players. You get injuries to key players, and then that goes out the window.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
True. Malin.
All right. I got him at 10-7. Now,
Whoa.
G, I already see that look on your face, G. Hold on. Keep in mind, I'm pretty sure y'all won a Super Bowl after going 11-6 one year. So like I'm not that far off of like they're still going to the playoffs, right? The main thing that concerns me a little bit is the offense. Even when most of your parts were healthy last year, is the offense just going to be able to flip a switch and average 25, 30 points a game again like they used to just because they got embarrassed in the Super Bowl and they want to prove something? Like, is the chip on the shoulder really like that big of a thing? I don't know. I'm not really sure that Patrick Mahomes needs that. I do like the fact that Travis Kelce admitted that he got a little bit too much showtime last year and was worried about other endeavors and other adventures and stuff like that. He slimmed down. I like to slim down Travis Kelce. He's been my tight end for the last 2 to 3 years in fantasy. But what concerns me the most is just their first 10 games. 7 out of the first 10 games are against teams with winning records.
Yeah.
And the only one that didn't make the playoffs, I think, last year was the Chargers. I don't think the Chargers made the playoffs. But 7 out of their first 10 games have winning records last year. And most of those teams, if not all of those teams, have gotten a little bit better or they've stayed the same. And in my opinion, like I kind of feel like the Chiefs have stayed the same other than the fact that they've just gotten a couple players back healthy. And maybe it's because we haven't seen the that full Chiefs arsenal on display last year because everyone was hurt at different times. But I have lost a little bit of faith in the ability of the Chiefs to score quick. They weren't able to do it last year in the Super Bowl when they got down behind, when it wasn't a close game. They weren't able to manufacture those points the way that I'm used to seeing the Chiefs do it. So I got them at 10-7. It could surprise me. Normally, when you bet against the Chiefs, Mahomes makes you look stupid. I get it. But still, I mean, again, I'm pretty sure the year before last they went 11-6 and won the Super Bowl. So it's not that far off of a Super Bowl winning season for them. I expect a lot of the NFL to count them out most of the year, especially if they go through those 10 games and they're like, 6-4 or something like that. People go, Kansas City, but just wait till you get to the playoffs. Again, this is regular season, people. So, but 10 wins hurt me. I'm going to say don't hurt me. I know I've met G one time before, but he looks like a rather large individual. And when you're sitting down and the knees are going up because you're too big for the couch, that concerns me. Don't give him my address.
Oh wow. Okay.
Nestor, what do you have the Chiefs doing?
I got them at
See how
13.
Nestor's knees are pointing down?
Yeah, I noticed it now. Wow. Okay, there you go.
Oh, man.
Now I'm on the toilet. Yeah, that's it. Cool. All right, cool. Okay.
I got them at 13-4. It really bummed me out how Rashee Rice got hurt last season. Not only because he was on my fantasy team, but that wide receiver core is young. They're fast as hell. They're speedy, and I don't feel like we got to see them throughout the season. So, man, with Worthy there and Rashee Rice, it's gonna be crazy. Those guys are fast, and they're good at getting open. So, I'm not sure about Kelsey, but I do know there's gonna be some doomsday talk when they lose to the Broncos. But like you guys said, I think they're gonna pick up the speed at the end of the season, like they always do. I don't like how people are talking a little bit, not bad, a little bit neutral about Pacheco. I think he just had some, the injury didn't help. I think he's a lot better than he was last season, and that's good for him. That people are just counting him out because the kid is a lot better than what people think he is. So they're gonna have a good season towards the end. They're consistent, man. On both sides of the ball, they're very consistent.
All right. I have got them just a game under. I've got them at 12-5. And to me, it just comes down to, is that offensive line going to just remain healthy throughout at least the majority of the year? As long as Patrick Mahomes has time to throw the ball, I have nothing but faith in that team. Like, if there's a will, there's a way. And I feel like that's the motto with Patrick Mahomes. So as long as everyone else is coming back healthy, Pacheco, Kelsey, Juju is still there. If Hollywood Brown comes back healthy, like as long as everyone stays for the most part healthy, which never happens completely, people will be in and out of the roster. That's just how the NFL goes. But I think the key component is, can that O-line stay healthy and actually give protection when needed? Which is why I'm thinking 12-5. The first half of their season is brutal. The NFL, they want to make good TV. They want to make good TV. So, they want a lot of good prime time. Let's run the table against the Chiefs here.
Can I say that it's asinine to put Chiefs week 1 on YouTube TV only?
Yeah.
In Brazil.
In Brazil. Now, I can watch it because I got YouTube TV. I don't know if anybody else does.
Wow.
Damn it, they hit a home run, Gary. Son of a bitch. But I just think that's asinine. Week 1, you're putting the Chiefs and the Chargers with Harbaugh Light. That's a game that everyone should be able to watch and enjoy.
Yeah.
Because Harbaugh's defensive guy. Yeah, the Chiefs defense was good last year. You got the redemption of the Chiefs offense. And I will say, I think you saying Juju, isn't that like a net negative? Not a positive to have Juju
until the playoffs come, and then Juju comes alive.
Yeah, we got playoff Juju. That we have.
Yeah. Playoff Juju.
Playoff Butler.
June, by the way, he has them at 13-4. So we're all in the same kind of stratosphere here.
I'm a little lower than everybody else, but that's fine.
All right, let's move on to LA. G Smooth, we'll go back to you. What do you have the Chargers doing?
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Chargers. Chargers to me, I have them at 11-6 for some reason. I don't know why, but I just felt like 11 wins for them. It was being, very gracious for me to give them 11 wins. But they're still a hard. They're kind of like the Buffalo Bills. They find a way to fall short in the big time games. They find a way to lose the game. So I got them at 11-6. There you go. That's all I got to say.
All right. G Money.
I tell you, this has got to be the G show. 11-6. And that was obviously before Slater went down with a season-ending knee injury. So losing your left tackle isn't going to be good for you. But yeah, I mean, I kind of look at it and I'm like, Harbaugh took the Niners to the Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick at quarterback. Harbaugh is a run and a defense guy. And he wants you to throw low percentage passes, meaning that you're not throwing interceptions, you're not throwing into triple coverage. I think that will get through to the Chargers now. Like I said, 11-6 prior to the Slater injury. I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna stay with it because when you look at their schedule, for the most part, it's a lot easier than you would have thought it would have been. So that's how we're gonna roll. 11-6.
All right, Malin.
Well, why don't we just go triple threat here? Because I got him at 11-6 too.
Let's go.
Got him at 11-6. I really like the addition of Najee Harris on that squad. The way that, like G Money just said, the way that Jim Harbaugh wants to run an offense. He wants to control the clock. He wants game manage. He wants his quarterback to be electric when he wants him to, but not have to always be. And I think people sleep on the defense. Harbaugh always has a way of churning out top 10 defenses, no matter where he goes, no matter what the talent is. I'm really kind of expecting a little bit of a bounce back from Khalil Mack this year. He had a substandard year last year compared to years past. I think he only had like 33 tackles. I think only like 6 sacks. So I'm expecting more of Khalil Mack, but really it's the schedule. It's the schedule that gets me. I mean, you have a stretch of Miami, Indy, Minnesota, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and Jacksonville. You're probably going to be favored in every single one of those games. If you can get a 6-game stretch like that and you rip off like 4 wins in just those 6 games, like that sets you up going into the end of the year, and they're gonna need it. I mean, heck, even after that 6, they got Las Vegas. Okay. At the end of the year, it does get a little bit tougher though with Philly, KC, Houston, and Denver. That's tough. Notice I left out Dallas in that because that's. So I got him at 11 wins.
All right, Nestor.
I got them at 9-8. I know they were 11-6 last season. I think this schedule is a little harder, but nonetheless, I think Harbaugh is going to do a great job again. Like I said, it's just the schedule's a little bit more difficult. I'm excited to see what Omarion Hampton does for their running game. Lam McConkey, he's getting there slowly. They're just under a great coach, and he tends to make his players a lot better. So, yeah. Apart from, I mean, I don't see their other wide receivers are kind of trash. I'm not gonna, to be honest, but that kid.
They got Keenan Allen back for concussion.
He didn't do a great job in Chicago. He's getting there. He's a little bit older now, but he's making Harbaugh's doing a lot with just Lam McConkey in the running game. But I think they're gonna be fine. They're gonna get to the playoffs somehow. Even at 9-8, I think they'll do fine. So yeah, Najee. I don't really like Najee. I think it's probably by week 3, week 4, I expect Omarion Hampton to be number 1 running back. So,
okay.
All right, 9-8 from Nestor. I've got them also at 11-6. They've got, again, I don't like to use the word easy when it comes to an NFL schedule, but they've got, I'd say, a favorable schedule. Some games like a stretch that week 3 to week really to almost their bye week. I only have them losing 2 games, which is
I better put this Miami game on the right.
Put
it on the ride or die.
I do have them losing in Miami.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
And I have them losing in Jacksonville right before their bye. Besides that, I think they're just going to go on a heater and rip off a bunch of wins in between there. Towards the end of the year, I have them losing to Kansas City and Houston, and then that's it. Yeah, I feel like with Keenan Allen being back, with the addition of Najee Harris, Lad McConkey, another year of him learning, Harbaugh being there for another year, I think it's all just like the Chargers should be taking a step forward. So, yeah, I've got them at 11-6. June has them at 12-5. So
Whoa. Damn.
he's the highest of
Whoa.
highest here.
Make you say, whoa.
All right, let's move on to Denver. G Smooth, what do you have the Broncos doing?
I have the Broncos. I'm thinking they could probably run off 10 wins. That might be a low for a lot of people, but you know,
Not for me.
They're great, awesome, awesome. 10 wins, 10-7. Injuries with that team is, that's going to play a role as well. But I see Bo Nix. He is up and coming. He's not there yet. Very competitive, but he's still got to learn. He's got to take his bumps and bruises and the learning curve. So I'm putting them at 10-7.
Okay. Nestor.
Um,
I don't go Nestor. Sorry. G Mike. I'm just going down the couch here.
Just like looking down. I have them 9-8. They have one of the best defenses, or at least they had last year, one of the best defenses in the NFL. I think that continues this year. I'm just going to throw him Bo Nix. Like I said, I saw him at Oregon. I'm not that super impressed with him. And I think defenses after last season have enough film on him to go, yeah, you're going to be the check down king. Got it. We'll cover your check down. So 9-8. 9-8 is what you're going to do, my friends.
Okay. Malin.
Got him at 10 wins. Mainly because of the defense. The one thing about Bo Nix is that everything that G Money just said, I agree with wholeheartedly. That he's a check down king. He is accurate with the football, but he does a lot of things that Sean Payton wants your quarterback to do. And I did see an interesting stat. I forget where I saw it from. I think it was FS1 Sports, where they took Bo Nix's first half of the season, and they said, okay, if we took your first half of the season, we projected it over 7 games, he would have ended up with 2,700 yards and 17 touchdowns. And then they took his second half of the season, said if we projected what you did in the second half and put that into a full 17-game spectrum, he would have had 4,200 yards and 40 touchdowns. He was a lot better in the second half than the first half. I have to give him his flowers on that. He looked every bit as a rookie quarterback when Seattle played him last year. But he was kind of dealing at the end of the year. Can he turn that into a sophomore success? I don't know. I believe in the coaching. I believe in Sean Payton. And I believe in that defense. So I'm going to give him 10 wins.
All right.
Okay.
Nestor.
It's the schedule for me. I got them at 8-9. Yeah, great defense. There's going to come a point where Bo Nix is going to get figured out. He looked impressive against Tampa. That one game last season, decision making, running the ball, just whatever, escaping the pressure. But I just feel like I saw him in the other games, wasn't too impressed. Great coaching. I'm not impressed with the wide receiver core there, like Cortland Sutton. Marvin Mims is decent. The running game, or maybe RJ Harvey can do something, but They're gonna rely a lot on defense and Bo Nix just getting very lucky on certain plays. So for me, 8 and 9.
I've got them just at 9-8. They've got a decent schedule here. I mean, just by nature of the division that they're in, it's a bit tougher. I agree with G Money on Bo Nix though, where he does kind of seem just check down king, and Sean Payton's a great coach, so he's doing everything in his power to put Nix in a winning situation. But it's going to be interesting this sophomore year now that teams have more tape on him, and to see if they do challenge him to throw the ball down the field a bit more, like if that is open, or is Sean Payton going to empower him or put more plays in front of him to take more risks down the field? Because I think they're going to kind of have to do that. But like Nestor said, I don't really care for their wide receiver core. Like Sutton's there. I know he just got paid for sure. I think he got overpaid, to be honest. But besides that, it's like I don't really like anybody else there within that offense, especially when you look at the firepower of some of the other, LA and Kansas City. So it's like I don't know if they'll be able to keep up with those guys, but their schedule is pretty like decent. So I still think they can get to 9 wins and have a winning record. But 9-8 from me. June has them at 10-7.
Oh,
So
I like that. I like it when he agrees with me. Bad.
yes.
Not good.
All right, last team. We're going to the Raiders now. G Smooth, what's happening in Vegas?
well, only thing that's happening in Vegas is people losing a lot of money at the casinos. And some are winning, but you can also catch a show there, and that might be more interesting than watching the Raiders play. I'd say the Raiders are, they're not intimidating like they used to be, back in the day. So nobody fears the Raiders anymore, and they've lost that stigma. They've lost that, and until they regain that, they're going to still be the doormats, of the AFC West. I got them at 5-12.
Okay.
That's it. Short and simple. Doormats. AFC West doormats. They should be called the doormats. Las Vegas doormats.
G Money.
I don't have them quite that bad.
Okay,
One prediction that I will make that I think has a high probability of coming true is they will sell out all their home games, but it will be because the visitors bought all the tickets, because who does not want to go to Vegas and see their team beat up on the Raiders? I mean,
Oh gosh, they slopped me.
it's a vacation just asking to happen. But yeah, I have faith in Pete Carroll. I saw him up here. I saw what he did with a shitty team. But he also has Geno Smith as his quarterback. And I saw Geno last year, and I even saw him the year before. He's a top 20 quarterback. Okay, he's between like 16 and 20. Okay, he's the 20th best quarterback in the NFL right now. And so, when he was up here, he had Tyler Lockett. He had JSN. He had DK. I could not name a Raiders wide receiver right now. If my life were on, if someone put a gun to my head, no clue. No God, just squeeze the trigger because I don't know.
You and me
So
both.
I got it.
Yes.
I mean, I know they're tight end, but I don't know any of their wide receivers. I got them going 6-11. I think Pete will get some things out of them that previous coaching staffs couldn't, but he's not getting a winner out of them, and at least not with this team right now.
6-11 from G Money. All right. Malin.
This was the hardest one for me that I think we've done so far. Like, to me, picking the Raiders. Because it's not just as easy as, well, they've been trash for the last decade, so they continue to be trash, because you have a winning head coach. You have that wasn't directed towards you, Jim. Remember, don't get in my head. You have a winning head coach. You have somebody that's only out of 18 years, you've only had 4 losing seasons. One of them was his very first year, his first 2 in Seattle, even though he won the division and went to the playoffs that first year. And then a couple years ago in Seattle, he had a losing record. What gets to me a little bit now, the crazy thing is that G Money can't name one Raiders wide receiver. That might be the first time that I can say that like I know something that he doesn't, because I do know who Jacoby Myers is. I do think that Jacoby Myers was slept on last year, because he had 87 catches, he had over 1,000 yards, but he only had 4 touchdowns. Now Gino's going to throw more touchdowns than Raiders quarterbacks last year, but he's also going to throw more interceptions in the red zone than Raiders quarterbacks did last year. That might be only because he gets them into the red zone more often than they were last year, but he's going to throw more interceptions in the red zones than O'Connell. I have a let's see what happens with Ashton Gentry, the running back out of Boise State. I loved him in college. I saw him rip off a couple good games. You can't tell me he's not. I saw him tear up Oregon and beating Oregon up until the fourth quarter, mainly because of this guy. So I don't think that, like some people are saying, he's not made for the NFL. I think he's made for the NFL. I think he'll probably put on a little bit weight, but he's 6'2", but I think he came in at like 190, so he needs to put on a little bit more weight. It actually concerns me a little bit about Bowers being their tight end, because I don't know that I've ever seen Pete Carroll use a tight end appropriately, ever. So Bowers might become a forgotten man. If Jimmy Graham wasn't making Pro Bowls with the Seahawks with Russell Wilson, what makes me think Bowers is making Pro Bowls with Geno Smith? I don't know, man. But I do think that Pete Carroll's going to do some of that defense. I say all that to say this, and that was a whole lot I just said there. I believe the Seahawks won 5 games the year before Pete Carroll came, and they won 7 the year after. I'm putting him down for 7 wins. I think he has a net positive. Him alone as their head coach is going to make him a net positive at least 2 better wins. I'm going to put him at 7.
7 wins.
It's far better than the shit show they've had going on there with coaches as of late. Crooked nose and air monarchs and all.
Nestor.
Yeah, I think Gino's going to have to air it to Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers a lot. The running game, Ashton, is obviously promising. I know Raheem Mostert is on that team. Good for him. I got them at 5 wins, and that's very, very generous. That's just 1 more win than last season. If you're looking at that schedule, they have it's really hard to pick out 5 wins. But I do think they're going to make a slight improvement. So, yeah, 5 wins.
Jeez, 5 wins. I've got them. I'm with Malin. I've got them at 7 and 10.
That is generous.
Yeah, outside of Jacoby Myers, I really cannot think of any.
There's not a lot going on there, man. I'm looking at the.
And
Yeah,
I
sure.
forgot he existed until you mentioned him. So, yeah, I really don't know anything else about what's going on with the Raiders offense. I think having Pete
man,
Carroll there.
They got them Trey Tucker.
Trey
I don't know who
Tucker.
the fuck he is, but they got Trey Tucker. They got
Good for
Deontay
Trey.
Thornton Jr. They're number 30. I don't know who these people are, man.
Yeah, Trey worked at Walmart. Trey worked at Walmart. Yeah.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy? You want to know what's crazy, Jalen? You want to know who the starting center is for the Las Vegas Raiders? I'm looking at the official depth chart on ESPN. You want to know who the starting center is? Jackson Powers Johnson. Now here's something else. You want to know who the starting right guard is on the depth chart for the Las Vegas Raiders? Jackson Powers Johnson. They having one guy.
Wow.
Playing two positions.
And before you tell me I'm lying, they got right there. Center and right guard.
Well,
Center and right guard.
well, in his defense, he is 6'11" and a half and 560 pounds. So, he's going to be playing both positions. He's going to take up that space.
Hey, but when you got a right tackle named DJ Glaze, that's got to be worth a win, right? When your right tackle's worth
name.
that's a name right there, DJ Glaze.
Yeah. Maybe if it was BJ Glaze.
Oh, wow. Woo. All right.
John Johnson Glaze.
Wow.
Oh man, we got people out here named Trey Tucker and DJ Glaze on this roster. That's a Raiders roster right there.
June has them at 6'11". Something I just noticed about I'm just going back to the Chiefs real quick. I think I counted that they have 6 games on prime time.
Yeah.
Which is
Makes sense.
pretty crazy. I would curious to know if that's the most in the NFL. I would imagine.
Probably.
Hey, you want to know why I don't have the Raiders winning 8 games? Because they're going to start Jamal Adams at linebacker. That's why. It's 7.
At least they're not starting him at safety or cornerback.
There's a plus. There's a plus couple wins by having a head coach, but there's a negative by having Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams wears more wristbands on his arms, and he's going to get you tackles in a game. Or passes defended, I should say.
Oh yeah, he's not defending any passes. He's just there to rush, and he'll be out by game 3. He'll be injured and out for, if not the whole season, at least 3/4 of the season.
It'll be some soft tissue shit. Okay, the only other thing I want to say, Jalen, is one person that really kind of makes me wonder if Pete Carroll is like a defensive whisperer, right? Devin White was the for the Bucks when they won the Super Bowl. He's on that roster. He's their starting strong side linebacker. He got bounced out at Tampa because it was all me stuff. If anybody can get someone to buy into team at least for a few years, it's going to be Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll going to have them drinking the Raider Kool-Aid. I know about his business. So.
Yeah, I definitely think compared to what was the interim head coach they've had the past 2 years.
They've been an interim head coach for 5 years. What are we talking about? Ever since Davis died, man, and that son with that goofy ass haircut.
But whatever his name was, it seemed like he lost the locker room last year with it was
Antonio Pierce.
Yes, Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year, that whole team, especially the second half of the year, you could tell that it was just forget about it. So if there's anybody to bring in to completely do a 180, Pete Carroll is definitely the formula for that one. So at least morale will be up.
Remember when Al Davis died and Hugh Jackson was trying to act like he was running the whole team? It was probably going to be the next one, and I bounced his ass after that year. That was hilarious.
All right. It is time for our halftime break. So we are going to take about 10 minutes here to regroup. If you're at home and want to refill your drink, get a new snack, whatever you got to do. We're going to take 10 minutes here, and then we will be back with community comments, see what you guys had to say this past week. You guys are always vocal, so this is a few things to get to. And then what's up with that after that? So sit tight for about 10 minutes, and we will be back.
Daniel's going to have a sophomore slump?
He is.
Yes, we are.
Because I don't.
We're gonna think Daniel.
I do not think he's
because
going to have a sophomore slump. In his rookie year, 6.5% completion percentage, damn near or over 3,500 yards, and he led the team in rushing with 891 yards.
So that tells you their rushing game
That's not
sucks.
as impressive as you think it is.
That's horrible.
In 1,000 plus yards went to his number one receiver
If I
who's
read those
holding out.
numbers and those were Dak's numbers, you'd have to go to the bathroom.
No,
dude.
because I know no. The Dallas Cowboys, if everybody's healthy, they have an offense that can play with anyone.
What week is Dak going to get hurt? Because that matters.
He's not.
It does matter a little bit.
He's not going to get hurt.
If he doesn't get hurt, I have him at 6 wins.
You have lost your fucking mind.
Ouch!
You have
Ouch.
lost. You have lost your damn mind. Okay, go ahead.
I don't think so.
How much money do you want to put on that 6 wins?
First of all, the head coach is fighting for his job. He's not going to go to Jackson Dart until that's his only option, and that will be his only option by that time.
If they're starting week 9, I don't think they're having 7 wins.
No.
June has them probably at 2.
I got the Giants going 3-14. I have no faith in this team whatsoever. The first 4 games of the season, Washington, Dallas, the Chiefs, and Chargers. Those are 4 losses. They're starting the month off 0-4. They're going to beat the Saints, and then they go through a stretch where they play the Eagles, the Broncos, the Eagles, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Lions, season over. 3-14 for this team.
I have the Giants at 7 wins.
Damn.
Name them. Please name them.
Yeah. You want me to name them? Well, okay, first of all, before I name the wins, I'm going to get into the why. I took quarterback stats of the last 2 years to figure out who my top 5 were going to be. Patrick Mahomes at number 5. You look at the stats. I got Goff number 4. I got Mayfield number 3. He's got more touchdown passes than any other quarterback.
Man, y'all laughing at mine.
And then I got Allen, then I got Lamar. Prove me wrong with Baker. He's had better stats than Patrick Mahomes year to year over the last 3 years. Look at Baker's stats versus Patrick Mahomes' stats at least the last 2 years. Tell me who played better quarterback. Well, I just walked 2 miles in this damn stadium.
Can I get a Miller Lite, man? Miller.
Okay. I like your shirt.
It's like $18.
We're Road G, season 21-22.
And LSU. I apologize.
Old drinks. Good.
I want to know what happened to Baltimore's defense. Bucks ain't this good.
Incomplete. 3rd and goal.
Technically, it's 101st.
Holding. Bring that shit back.
You're a wizard.
$1 more would have gotten you a highlight.
They conned us. They conned us into this.
That's some bullshit.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry, sir.
There's a lot of elderly Ravens fans right here.
Yes, the Baltimore Colts marching band back when they used to have a marching band.
A lot of popcorn.
Well, there goes goes our points.
There goes our points.
Why are you so mad, man?
Tyler Bubbles.
He's so angry.
Let's go into the exit.
Henry on the carry. Pulled down by Levante David. Second and 11 at the 41.
You lucked out with Brady. Three. Last shit don't matter. Better get before So you bet me 4-3?
Yeah, we 4-3, and we gonna win our division. Y'all will not.
No, you're not even number one.
Atlanta's way better than y'all.
You crazy.
Oh shit!
Giannis is better than the Joker right now.
Well, maybe I think he was talking about like a few years back.
Oh no, not right now, not right now. Oh, in that time period, Giannis was a better player.
During the 3 years that the Joker won the MVP, Giannis was better.
And Giannis won a championship.
Jokic won one too.
He won one.
Giannis won
So
one.
did Giannis.
That's right. That's right. They both won one. So tell me why Joker won 3 and Giannis didn't win at all.
Because he's got
Tell me
better
that.
numbers.
He's a better basketball player than Giannis.
He also had better people around him too. He had better help. He had a deeper bench. He had everything around him. When he won a championship, that was Giannis.
Andrew.
During that time period, Giannis was a better player.
They 4-13. It was their first 7 games. The Steelers, the Bills, the Bucks, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Broncos, the Panthers, and the Bengals. Not one of those teams.
They can't beat the Panthers.
They can't beat Miami.
They don't have a quarterback. Jets are not a good football team right now.
Tyreek Hill gets locked up. I'm not talking about the cops. I'm talking about the defense. Whenever he faces competent defense, especially later in the season, he gets locked up. You can't do anything. He's not that Tyreek Hill that we're expecting, like explosive plays from him. Waddle fell off a cliff because you could argue because of Tua. Also, Jordan Poyer, former Bills, he said he wouldn't go above and beyond for any of those Dolphins players. There's a problem in that locker room. There's a problem with the organization. And honestly, we have a quarterback, although he wants to play, sometimes when he's actually there, it just doesn't seem like he's competent or he's really trying. Because that game against the Bills last season, please get that guy off. Because he how many interceptions did he throw before he got a concussion? He made horrible decisions. At the end of the day, it's just the Bills division, unfortunately.
Who are your top 5 running backs going into this 2025 season? I actually have Jonathan Taylor at number 5. At number 4, I've got Bijan Robinson. He actually had about 25 yards total less than Jonathan Taylor, but he has more touchdowns and less fumbles, so I gotta put him ahead of Jonathan Taylor going into this coming year. At number 3, Jahmyr Gibbs. I still think Jahmyr Gibbs is underrated. The man didn't fumble the ball one time last season and still put up 16 touchdowns, so I gotta put him at 3. Man is still slept on somehow. And then, of course, at 2 and 1, just the overall. Derrick Henry at 2, Saquon at number 1. But let us know who are your top 5 running backs in the comments below. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. Okay, you guys can see us. Everything's all good. Yeah, second half, after further review, episode 249. How are we all feeling? G Smooth, are you enjoying yourself on this godforsaken show? Okay, good. Good. We are all taking shots of tequila here. Malin, G Money, what do you guys have shots of at home?
Definitely not tequila, because if I'm drinking tequila, you do not want me on the show. I am doing a shot of Old Forester Prohibition 1920.
I got 4 Roses single barrel.
Very good. Good selections. All right, gentlemen. Cheers.
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 Good second half.
Yes.
Better second half than last.
Agreed.
I'm sorry, Dylan. I should have said that. I thought you were done swallowing it. I was about to throw it. That's what I thought.
I think someone said that before to someone else, not on the show, but I'm pretty sure someone's used that line before.
I don't.
Sorry. Mariners just tied the game.
Here we go. Yeah.
Apologize.
Before we hit the community comments, which everyone loves, do want to mention that in 2-ish weeks, not this coming Saturday, but the following, we are having our fantasy football live draft in real time. I am adjusting this right there. If you want to tune in on YouTube, come watch us make fools of ourselves for another year. See who we draft. See if G Money is going to repeat as the champ of our fantasy league. That is the beginning of everything. So that is Saturday, the 23rd, 24th,
3rd, I think.
23rd. Yeah. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll be notified as soon as we go live that Saturday. So be sure to come through. All right. Let's get to some comments, shall we? So there is a third video that I posted just a few hours before we went live, which was Malin's take on Baker Mayfield
I knew you were gonna do it.
having a better statistical year than Patrick Mahomes. So
the last 2 years.
yes. We'll start with, I asked who are people's top 5 running backs in the NFL. Funny how this didn't get quite as much discourse as the quarterback conversation, but yeah, so on TikTok, let me find the video here. I think I said my top 5 were, well, let me read the comments first, then we'll get to ours. June, of course, says A-Chain, Gibbs, Robinson, Henry, Saquon. I'm assuming that goes 5-1.
Better be.
Doyle says number 1 Saquon, 2 Derrick Henry, 3 and 4 Bijan Robinson. Oh, I see what you're saying. 3 and 4 Bijan / Jahmyr Gibbs. So like, I guess they're interchangeable. And then
Raiders
and 5, he said Christian McCaffrey. Herb says Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. Who the hell is that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who is that?
He must be
His
like
cousin.
His right. It's got to be like his brother or somebody.
Well, he works at Target.
Someone else says Saquon, Derrick Henry, C-Mac, Bijan Robinson, and assuming Josh Jacob. It's a weird pick for the last one. Someone else says Bijan Robinson 1, Saquon 2, Jahmyr Gibbs 3, Derrick Henry 4, 5 is JT. I don't know who that is. And then he came back and said, actually, Gibbs at 2, Saquon at 3. Stupid. And then, last but not least, Crazy J Miles says Bijan 1, Saquon 2, Derrick Henry 3, Jahmyr Gibbs 4, and then Gianti at 5.
What man?
People are so stupid.
I thought that like Bijan Robinson is not in my top 5 right now, but I think he has the potential to be a top 5 going into next year. But that person's saying Gentry. That's funny. Also, did you guys know that there is a running back in the NFL with the name of Chuba? Wait, hold on. What's his name? Chuba Hubbard. There's a man named Chuba Hubbard.
I believe it is pronounced Chuba.
No, it's Chuba. Don't worry about it.
What
team?
This is the
Chuba. He plays for the Panthers.
Oh,
He averages like 300 yards a game. But a Chuba Hubbard.
300 yards.
Whoa.
Not a game, a season.
Whoa.
Season. My bad. That was like a June slip up there. But yeah,
June slip.
Chuba Hubbard, man, that's crazy.
That's a run game there.
So who would your guys' top 3, top 4 running backs right now? If you don't have all 5, I think mine was. I think I had Jonathan Taylor at 5. 4, I had Bijan. 3, I had Gibbs, and then 2, Derrick Henry. 1, Saquon.
I got A-Chain.
I had
5th, 4th, Derrick Henry, Gibbs, Bijan, Saquon.
I had Josh Jacobs at 5, Jonathan Taylor at 4, Gibbs, Henry, and Barkley were my 5.
I mean, I think we're all pretty similar. I had Saquon at 1, Henry at 2, Gibbs at 3. Ran with Josh Jacobs at 4, and I went with Bijan Robinson at 5. Though I was torn between him, Kyron Williams, and I looked at Jonathan Taylor, and I thought, considering that they had no quarterback, well, they still don't have a quarterback in Indianapolis. It's really close between 5, 6, and 5, and tossing in maybe Kyrie Williams, who's really good, and Jonathan Taylor, who you tend to forget because he's on the Colts and they don't have anybody. So you don't get to see the games that much. And unless he's on your fantasy team, you don't pay a lot of attention.
Hey, want to hear an obscure running back stat, Jalen?
Is it Gianti?
How obscure is it?
So Najee Harris is run for at least 1,000 yards in his first 4 seasons, and Nestor hates him. But did you know that Alvin Kamara has never rushed for 1,000 yards in a single season of his career?
Wow.
Ever. In fact, he ran for his most yards ever last year. Last year, he ran for 950 yards, and that was his most ever.
Wow.
Running the ball. Now, you put the passing in there, and that's why he was always a fantasy favorite, because it kept that field with degrees. But the fact is never a 1,000-yard runner. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
And last year, he ran for the most yards. Crazy. All right.
Well,
move on.
Next video here. This one was Nestor's take on the Dolphins last week. And first comment here, Nestor says, "Damn, whoever is talking knows ball. Anyway, go Dolphins."
Was that one of Nestor's burner accounts that he was responding to?
My 10 burner accounts on TikTok.
As in his main account. And then Bridget replied to him and said, "Came to say the same thing." That's so stupid. All right.
Okay. He's obviously hacked Bridget's account.
Charleston Gaines says the problem is the coach. Fire the head coach and draft a quarterback in top 10.
Yes.
That is strong words. And then Stephen Moyer says, "What are the Dolphins without Tua?"
Gonna win it.
Which I don't. I mean, are Dolphins fans really that attached to Tua?
No.
They better not. They better not be.
I mean, I wouldn't think so. So, anyway, and then of course the video that I just posted just a few hours ago. This was when Malin was saying that in the last 2 years, Baker Mayfield has had a statistically better performance than Patrick Mahomes.
Oh wow!
I like the reply you got on Instagram. Read it.
Oh, I haven't even looked at Instagram yet.
Yeah.
This is on TikTok. Someone just posted a picture. It's just a quote from Bill Belichick saying, "Stats are for losers. Final scores are for winners."
Bill has way with words. Yes.
Christian says, there's only a couple more here. Christian says, whole argument based on stats and doesn't have Burrow in his top 5. And then Spence the Don says, what happened before that? And he's had a Hall of Fame wide receiver the past 2 years too. And then the last one is from Eric. He says, stats without context are for non-ball knowers. Oh, there's the non. I knew we were going to have at least one you don't know ball comment.
Oh, shit.
Non-ball knower. I love that. So wins or team stats? I'm just talking about statistical performance over the last 2 years, which I do think that Patrick Mahomes in the regular season only won, I think, 5 more games than Baker Mayfield over the last 2 years. So that's not like a huge margin, okay, in the regular season. They both play up until this year because we think the AFC West is going to be a lot better. Over the last 5 years, the AFC West and the NFC South have been pretty comparable to how easy it is to win that division. The Chiefs have had an easy road up until now, maybe. The Chargers and the Broncos are getting better. So they're both beating up on, mediocre divisions. I don't think even G Smooth can argue that the AFC West has been easy for Patrick Mahomes. But over the last 2 seasons, Baker Mayfield, 8,544 yards. Patrick Mahomes, 8,111. Passing touchdowns, Baker Mayfield, 69. Passing touchdowns for Mahomes, 53. Completion percentage for Baker, 67.9. For Mahomes, 67.3. Interceptions, 26 Baker Mayfield, 25 for Mahomes. I'm just saying that over the last 2 years, Baker Mayfield has been statistically better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm not talking about wins and losses. I never said that. I didn't put that out there. I just said statistically better. Statistically meaning he's been a better quarterback in the last 2 years.
Yeah, looking at the
so
numbers.
We can talk about wide receivers all we want to. Does the quarterback make the wide receiver, or does the wide receiver make the quarterback? I mean, was Tyreek Hill the main reason why Mahomes was lighting it up when he had him? I don't think so. I think the quarterback has a lot to do with how wide receivers perform. So that's all I'm saying. I just said over 2 years.
I agree with that statement.
So I'm not saying these. Just that's all I was saying. Jesus.
Yeah, because the Chiefs went ahead and went to the Super Bowl, won it after Tyreek left.
They did. They did.
Yeah. So Tyreek.
So and the Bucs could. I don't want to say this, but the Bucs could surprise some people. It pisses me off to think about it. I don't like to think about it. I wish that I was happy when they got Baker initially because of what Baker had done previously. He had like 1 good year with the Browns, and they got rid of him. So I was like, maybe there's a reason for that. But then I forgot about the fact that he went out there with the Rams and won, I think, a Monday night game.
Yeah,
when it was
I remember
only
that. Oh yeah,
4 days. Like people love playing for Baker, man. I don't.
Yeah.
He's an enigma. He's what Johnny Manziel possibly could have been if he had a
Right.
better head on his. He had a better head on his shoulders. But I like what Baker's doing now. Maybe when everyone's healthy, Mahomes starts putting up those gargantuan numbers. Just saying that comparable. I'm saying don't give G my address. I'm nervous. Don't get mad. I knew you were gonna put that. I did see it in the rundown, and I was like, "There's no way he's not bringing that up." You already told me.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, let's get to the last topic of the day. What's up with that? This is where we each give one thing that has upset us in the world of sports in the past week. Usually the key part here is in the world of sports and keeping it within that vacuum.
Yes, sports. I can't with this segment, Jalen.
He's like, I made the rules so I can break them. So I will kick off this week's, and that is, June mentioned it in our Discord when this happened, but Anthony Richardson getting hurt in the first preseason game is unbelievable to me.
That finger looked gnarly too.
Yeah, I think he just dislocated it entirely. Off of just like I guess it was like a blown coverage play. Whoever, I don't know whose fault it was, but regardless, the Colts a mess. Anthony Richardson a mess.
He never even looked to the right side of the field. If he had looked to the right side of the field, he could have dumped it off to 3 different people within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage if he'd have done that. But the fact that the Colts have a quarterback battle, well, I guess it's not a quarterback battle now, but they were having a quarterback battle with Anthony Richardson and Vanilla Vic. That's what we were doing. Daniel Jones and Richardson. And you got people buying season tickets? That's crazy.
I think they're going to be in for a wild ride this year between the quarterback drama of Daniel Jones and him whenever he comes back. I don't know when he's going to be ready to start, but good luck. Yeah, I don't think the 3 Irsay daughters are going to be enough to remedy what they're in for.
They're about to be part of the problem, man. Got an owner wearing a headset. That's the Jerry Jones type thing. He never even done that.
Who would like to go next?
I want to say what was disappointing. Actually, last week, the Jaguars kicker kicked a 70-yarder, and he made it. And
that's right.
And too bad it wasn't a regular season game.
Didn't count it. Yeah.
It would have counted. But will they try it again in the regular season? Probably not.
Something tells me they have plenty of chances to try it. If they want to.
But that's.
I got you. Okay.
Even if you've seen your kicker do that, it's like, in an actual game, in the games on the line type thing, are you actually giving your kicker the keys to be like, yeah, go try this 70-yard field goal?
Right. How many times are the Jaguars going to be down like 28-10, and they're going to be out there at 50? Who's going to have some shots? It can't get much worse.
Oh gosh.
You're not letting Sunshine throw it on 4th down. Just let the man
That's
try
true.
to kick it.
Why not?
Get you in sport. Get you on top 10 on Sports Center for the only time this year. TV cut.
Oh gosh.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll be quick. I don't like how a little bit of news about soccer, football. overseas. I don't like how Barcelona wants to do a game with Villarreal in Miami, I think. And you know how the NFL's doing some games in England and Germany already, Brazil. They want to do it with the NBA. I don't like how Madrid is sticking their hands into the issue and just being a whole crybaby about it, saying they can't do that when this team has been one of the most corrupt teams in Europe. And all of a sudden it's like, no, you can't go to Miami and make more money. Why can't I? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. They just don't want other clubs to potentially, get on their level when it comes to the amount of revenue they make. So I think it's BS. That's where everything's headed in the world of sports. It's going to get more global, whether you want it or not. That's where we're headed.
That's where we're headed. Yep, I agree.
And can I have two quick ones, Jalen?
Sure.
Only 10-15. Okay. I need Nestor's help on this one. Maybe even G Money, because I know G Money knows soccer too. All right, so the LA Galaxy, I think it was the LA Galaxy or it was the other LA team. One of them signed a soccer player this last week. Do you know what their name is?
Son?
Yes. Okay. So, tell me why a city official for LA during the press conference, I don't think they understand how the World Cup works, because she was talking about how they're going to need his help to win games in the World Cup. I don't know if she realizes that he still has a national team that he's going to play for. But she mentioned that, hey, we're bringing a winner to LA because we need to win in the World Cup. I was like, shit, lady, that's crazy. And number two, this one is actually about Pete Carroll, because I feel like Pete Carroll is being a little bit of a hypocrite. Because when we traded Russell Wilson, everybody was mad about Russell Wilson, leaving. They were mad at him. They booed him in week 1 of the regular season when the Broncos came to Seattle. And Geno said, ain't nobody right back, but it's because nobody had his address. And Pete Carroll said, well, fans will be fans. I support them. Well, then Seattle fans have been angry about Geno Smith throwing interceptions in the red zone for the last 2 years. In making over $70 million while only really having a good 8-game stretch, which was his first 8 games. And there was a fan that had a sign up that said, who's the bigger bust, Geno Smith or Jamarcus Russell? Now, obviously, it's Jamarcus Russell. But Geno Smith decided to flip the fan off, the double bird.
Oh, Lord.
I apologize. Flipped him off, double bird. Showed once again that he lacks the emotional maturity as an NFL quarterback. I mean, he's always been hot-tempered. I mean, he was at other youth football games in camps yelling at parents. I mean, that's why they pay me the effing money and all that. G Money can even attest to this. If he throws an interception, puts his hands up, everybody else's fault, goes and sits down on the bench like someone went and kicked a puppy in front of him. Just always sulking, whenever something goes bad. But then I also saw another picture of Pete Carroll going to the fan and demanding that the fan give him the sign. Because Pete Carroll didn't like it. And then Pete Carroll said that he defended Geno Smith's actions and that the fans were wrong. And I'm like, Pete, you can't be, well, fans will be fans. They can do what they want. Wilson comes in, and then someone makes a joke about Geno Smith. He gives the double bird, and you go over there as the head coach and take the fan away, or take the sign away. I just thought it was kind of childish, a little bit immature, a little bit hypocritical. I love Pete to death, but I mean, come on, man. You can't have your starting quarterback doing double birds to people. If Baker Mayfield was doing that, people would lose the damn. If Shador Sanders did that in his game, oh my God, the shitstorm that would happen But everyone's like, "Oh, well, Geno Smith, that's just." I don't. It's just childish on both sides. The sign was stupid.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was,
yeah.
and it got the reaction that he wanted.
Right,
because he
exactly.
Got pictures of Geno Smith doing the double bird and Pete Carroll jumping in his Air Monarchs to grab the sign from the guy. I just thought the whole thing was stupid. I thought Pete could have been, fans could be fans, but whatever. Oh, also real quick, I'm sorry. Third one, funny as shit.
Third? Oh my God, man.
Pete Carroll admitted it's not even 11 o'clock. Pete Carroll admitted after the preseason game he forgot what team he was coaching and was celebrating Seahawks plays like that the Seahawks players were making. He was looking up Jumbotron and celebrating a good plays that the Seahawks were doing. Like having a little bit of amnesia about what team he was coaching. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's not my team." He admitted celebrating several Seahawks plays that happened.
That's funny.
In that game. So all right, I'm done. I'm done.
Funny.
3 things. I'm done. And that's only like 5 minutes.
All right, G-Money, take us home.
Okay, I got 2. I'll be trying to be quick with both of them. First one, online betting, online gambling. We all do it. It's cool. You bet on your team. That's good. Point spread, whatever. When did we devolve into prop bets that fans can basically control the outcome? And I would be speaking of the dildos being thrown on WNBA courts. What the fuck? Seriously, that's something that a fan can. I can turn around and put $10,000 on a plus 200 that a dildo will be thrown on the next Storm games court. Boom. What happens to me? I get a $250 fine. I'm not allowed to go to see WNBA games again. Cool. How much money did I make? A shitload more. And here's the thing. Now they've got more prop bets as to who picks it up and the color of the dildo. I'm like,
wow.
Hey, you can even do a prop bet on who increase in dildos.
Yeah.
I mean,
dildo.
Now here's the thing, right? So in a previous game, a kid was hit with a dildo, right? They arrested the guy, obviously. I'm like, first of all, dude, if you can't get it down to the court, you're weak as fuck. You shouldn't even have a dildo unless that's your own personal one for your own personal use. Because quite frankly, this is a prop bet they should have. They should have this prop bet. If a dildo is thrown on the court, the prop bet should be, is it a WNBA player or a fan that grabs it and rams it up the thrower's ass?
Oh, there you go.
Because that's a prop bet I could get behind. I'd go to the WNBA games and I'd be looking for that guy. Because I'll tell you what, you ram a dildo up someone's ass, I'm pretty sure they're not doing that again. That's my one. Really, those prop bets need to end. They seriously need to end. Because they make no sense.
Could you imagine the therapy of this poor child? It's shown on Sports Center and social media getting smacked in the back of the head with a dildo.
Well, and here's the thing, right? So as a parent, and some of you guys are parents, how do you explain to your kid, number one, what that is and why they threw it?
Oh, hey, there will be plenty of kids that will explain it to them at school. That's where the therapy comes in.
But that should be, as a parent, that's your responsibility, right? You got to tell him what that is and why it was thrown and why the guy threw that. Why did he throw it, Dad?
It's a dog toy.
Because he's a dickhead. So no, that was one. Here's my next one, and this is really a good one. I like this. I actually do, and I think you all will like it too. So Anthony Edwards went to court a few weeks ago for child support, right? So the woman was looking for $5,000 a month. And the judge agreed. So it turned out for 18 years to be $1,080,000. Anthony wrote her a check for that, paid it all up front.
She can't come
Then
after any of his money.
No, no, but that was prior to him signing that $260 million contract. He then signed the contract. She then was all upset because she'd already spent $100,000 of that. And she thought if she agreed to that deal, she could go back and get more child support. Yeah, bitch, it's all over. And by the way, that $1,080,000 is for your child, not for you to get your fucking hair done, your nails done, not to buy yourself a fucking ride. That was for the kid. And actually, if Anthony was smarter than, I mean, he was pretty smart to do that, but if he was even smarter, he would have set that up in a fucking trust.
Yep.
And she couldn't have got her hands on it at all. $1,080,000 wrote her a check for it.
He's going to hit a supermax in the next 4 years or 5 years, and there's going to be 2 paydays that she's going to watch.
Yeah.
She's not going to get a dime of because whoever told him to do that, he needs to give him a raise.
Yes.
Probably his attorney. His attorney probably looked at something and said, agree to it, pay it all in full, and you have to worry about it again. Oh, and by the way, next time, wear a fucking condom.
Probably related to Johnny Cochran. That lawyer is. That is just brilliance.
But there we go.
I laughed my ass off, Gary.
I did too. I read that and I thought, I was like, there we go. And she was whining to the press that, oh, the court's for the men. It's all about the men. I'm like, no, bitch, you got what you wanted. I'm very sorry, but you got exactly what you asked for. You just didn't expect him to pay it all up front. Why? I don't know, because he had the money. Well, she did. She wanted to go back after he signed that $260 million deal and go back and get it raised. Yeah, she would probably have waited 3 or 4 months and gone back and asked for the child support to be increased, which it would have done because they would look at his income.
That's just I need that lawyer.
That's the lawyer I need.
legal jujitsu.
It's brilliant, man. You have any idea how many NFL stars that have 8, 12 kids that if they'd have done that, they'd have been paying somewhat less money? Woo. And everyone's
Tyreek.
Everyone's going to do it. You know they are. They're all going to do it.
He just gave the master class on how to handle that situation.
It's like, here's your check, honey.
Yep.
Don't. I don't even need to know when the birthday is.
All right. That will do it for this
Unless
week's episode.
Alone sleeping with 14-year-olds and having a kid.
Oh, okay. Let's bring this thing in for a landing now. That will do it for this week's episode. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to G Smooth for coming through for a great episode 249 here. Folks at home, if you want to follow us on social media, it is always at AFR Sports, all one word. You can tune in there, follow us there, so that way you can be featured in next week's community comments. Besides that, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We will talk to you all next Wednesday night, and have a good week. We'll see you all next time. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace. Keep your receipts.